everyone, it's Lauren Stark with Elite Realty. I am here today in beautiful Lake Las Vegas, and I wanted to sit down with the beautiful backdrop behind me and take a few minutes to talk about things you need to know if you're moving from California to Las Vegas. The market here in Las Vegas has been flooded with Californians. The California exodus, those who are on the forefront, really started in 2015, but with 2020, there has just been a flood of Californians moving to Las Vegas. They can buy a house here, and what they will save in taxes pretty much pays for their property here. But I'm here to talk with you a little bit about making that decision, pulling that trigger, and things you should know if you're going to become a resident of Las Vegas or Henderson. Just a quick little background. I really understand the lifestyle that is in Southern California because my parents have had a second home in Carlsbad, and I've been going back and forth to Carlsbad since I was about 16 years old. So I understand the lifestyle that is, especially in Southern California. And we also have family who live in Northern California. And with so many Californians deciding to make that choice, sometimes it can be a difficult choice. Let's talk about a few misconceptions that people have about Las Vegas. When I take people around who come from California and they venture outside the Las Vegas Boulevard area and the strips, and they actually go into these master plan communities, they are in shock. We have some really nice elevation that sit within the mountain ranges. The communities are very green and very beautiful and really well laid out. People are usually in for a really nice surprise when they actually see some of these master plan communities. I mean, just take a look behind me in Lake Las Vegas. The topography of this community is so very special. You do have the water, you do have the mountains, you do have the green of the golf course, and things are really well designed and really well laid out. So if you are leaving California, I think you will find that a lot of our communities here in the Las Vegas and Henderson Valley are quite beautiful. The other misconception is that everyone works in the industry. Yes, Las Vegas is very service industry related. However, due to our very favorable tax climate, which I'll get to in just a few minutes, many businesses are moving here to take advantage of that. So we are diversifying as far as industry is concerned. So if you decide that you're finally ready to leave California and you do want to move to Las Vegas, I really recommend that you drive the areas. You have to pick where you want to live, whether you want to live in Henderson or whether you want to live in Summerlin or whether you want to live in a high-rise condo, whether you want to live in the northwest part of town or more centrally located in the middle of the city in some guard-gated communities such as Las Vegas Country Club. That's something that you'll have to decide depending on your lifestyle and how you're going to utilize the property. I highly recommend renting a car and driving the areas and see what feels good to you. In fact, I did a video on Henderson versus Summerlin. I will post that in the description link below, so that you guys can check that out and see if maybe that will be helpful for you in your search for location. If you do live in Southern California and you are planning on keeping your residence there and driving back and forth, Henderson or Southern Highlands might be a nice option for you because that's going to cut off quite a bit of drive time, and I do mention that in the video. However, Summerlin is absolutely beautiful as well, so that's why it's important for you to drive around, drive the areas, and see what feels good to you. Also consult with your real estate professional. They'll be able to give you some good guidance on what areas you might like best. Okay, let's talk about taxes, which is one of the main reasons that people are leaving California and flocking to Nevada. Obviously here, one of the well-known things is that we have no state income tax, and that is huge. The other thing is that our property taxes are very favorable, and actually when you are considering other no state income tax states such as Texas or Florida, Nevada's property taxes are extremely low. They work out to about less than 1% of the purchase price, but that is not actually how they're calculated. I am going to post a link in the description below to our assessor's website that tells you exactly how the taxes are calculated, because it's a little bit of a complicated formula. However, our property taxes here are extremely low, especially when compared to other no state income tax states. In addition, we have no corporate taxes, we have no inheritance taxes, we have no inventory tax on businesses, so it just makes for a very favorable climate. Our sales tax is a little bit on the higher end. It's 8.25%, but we have to make it up somewhere, right? So that we will pay a little bit of a higher sales tax here. But in general, cost of living in Las Vegas is extremely reasonable. Which leads me to my next segment of gas and groceries. It is way less expensive for gas and groceries here, and that I know firsthand, because every time I'm in California in our second home and I go to the grocery store or go to fill up my gas tank, it's definitely more expensive. Let's talk about insurance. Car insurance here is a bit pricey. I don't know if I'm the best judge of this because we added our teenage son to our policy, and he is under 21 and he is a male, so we get penalized for that. But your car insurance here is going to be a little bit on the expensive side because we are a 24-hour town. We have drinking 24 hours. We have legalized marijuana here. So because of those factors, and there are car accidents all the time, and car insurance is going to be on the pricey side in Nevada. So just keep that in mind. When we talk about homeowners insurance, however, it's very reasonable, and I'm going to get to that in a second when we talk about home maintenance, but to insure a property out here is extremely reasonable because we are in a climate that is very favorable, and knock wood, we don't really have any natural disasters here. Weather. Let's talk about the weather. Well, it's currently February. I'm in a tank top. It's 70 degrees and sunny outside. It's absolutely beautiful here. The summertime, yes, it's hot, and those who are coming from California, that might be your bit of an adjustment period. However, it is a very hot and dry climate here. The winters are very mild, so it's kind of nice because you do get to throw on a sweatshirt. We do get some chilly days every once in a while. We might get a little dusting and scattering of snow, and it's a really big deal when that does happen. But for the most part, the climate is absolutely beautiful. We have sunshine every day. The hottest months are really July, August, and then it leads into September. However, what I can tell you is that our 100 degrees in the desert feels a lot different than California's 100 degrees because it is so dry here and we don't have any humidity. Like I said, it will be an adjustment for those of you who are in Southern California and you have that perfect weather every single day, especially near the coast. But I don't think that we can really complain too much about our weather. The other thing that we're really fortunate about living here in the desert is that we don't have any natural disasters. And I know that has been, a cause for a lot of people to leave California with the fires that break out and the earthquakes. We are so lucky that in Nevada, that is not something that we really ever have to worry about. The things that we do have to worry about are finding a pool in the summertime and a place that has nice cold drinks and air conditioning, and that's really all we have to worry about in our climate here. Which is going to lead me to my next segment. Maintaining a property in a hot and dry climate is pretty easy, actually. For example, my uncle had his home and his AC lasted for 30 years. He finally just replaced his air conditioner after 30 years. Because we are so hot and dry, the roofs last for a really long time. Your air conditioner units last for 20 plus years. There's not a lot of things to do as far as shoveling snow and water intrusion and mold. So it's really, really favorable to keep your home maintenance costs on the down low. I'm getting licensed in Florida, and that will be up and coming on our channel soon. And when I look at properties in Florida, I'm always so surprised that the property is only 7 years old and it's a new roof has been put on and a new air conditioner unit has been installed. And that is something that we are not familiar with here. We have standard home maintenance. Home maintenance costs are very reasonable. If you have a home warranty on your property and you take care of your property, your home maintenance costs are going to be an expense that is not going to be outrageous on a yearly basis. Pool. Do you need a pool if you live in Las Vegas? I'm going to say yes to that question. You're definitely going to want to have access to a pool, that's for sure, in the summertime. It's going to break up the heat of the summer, and it's just going to be a lot of fun for everyone. Whether that means you have your own private pool in the backyard, or whether that means that you buy a property in a community that has a community pool, or a country club neighborhood that has access to an Olympic-sized pool, you're definitely going to be enjoying a pool in Las Vegas, and you really can enjoy a pool in Las Vegas from April to October. As far as owning a private pool, that is going to add on to your maintenance costs. So if you do have a private pool, definitely take into account that there's going to be some extra maintenance involved with that, such as a pool service, and things are going to wear out over time. Anytime you have plumbing and water constantly flowing through, that's something that's going to need to be maintained. We actually just built a swimming pool in our backyard. It was our 2020 pool. We decided to finally take the plunge, no pun intended. And I will be posting a video on that process very soon, but I'm really glad that we built a pool. We had used our community pool for years and loved it, but with COVID we decided we just wanted to create our own sanctuary. There are a lot of resale homes in Las Vegas that have pools, so that's definitely something, if you are okay with the home maintenance added cost of owning a pool, that you want to look for, then you certainly can. If you are going to be using this property as a primary residence but still keeping your California home, you may not want a pool because it just may ease up on home maintenance. So just something to think about when you're shopping for new homes here. One of the other things that is great about moving to Las Vegas is you will not lack for any golf courses or playing any of the courses here in Las Vegas. There are so many beautiful golf courses that you can play. That is something that people love to do when they come to Las Vegas, especially if you're a golfer. I'm in Lake Las Vegas now. The course, Reflection Bay, is absolutely beautiful. And all throughout the Las Vegas Valley are some beautiful golf courses that if you're a golfer, you're definitely going to love living in Las Vegas. People love to retire to Las Vegas because there is never a lack of something to do. It seems that the climate is very, very favorable for those who have arthritis or some medical issues. The hot and dry climate seems to work really well for them. Plus, there is never a lack of something to do. The other thing is that our medical care has really gotten so much better over the last couple of years with some new hospitals that have opened, advanced technology. The UNLV School of Medicine is going to be opening soon. That is going to breed a whole new set of doctors and technology here in our city. So for those who are looking to retire, it seems Las Vegas is an excellent choice. As I mentioned in the previous parts of the video, with cost of living and golf courses, things to do, there's also no inheritance tax. It seems that Las Vegas is a great place to retire to. One of the best things about living in Las Vegas is that there is never a lack of something to do. So before COVID, you could always find something to do at any given whim, whether it was a concert or a sporting event or a hockey game or an event downtown. COVID changed that. However, even with the COVID and during 2020, we had so many Californians driving across the desert just to be able to come to Vegas and feel like they could live their lives. So while we were at a lesser occupancy and we're certainly practicing social distancing and we're wearing our masks, you could still come to Vegas and have fun and feel like you could go to a restaurant, walk around some of the shops, get a cocktail, and still feel like you could live your life. And I think that has been one of the things that I have loved most about this city, is that I can still go out and do things and have a great time and feel that I am living a normal life. Hopefully things will return to our more normal way of living soon and everything will be fully open. I never count Vegas out because it will certainly rebound. It will come back even stronger and the city will be 100% vibrant and full of excitement and life. Very exciting for Las Vegas is our sports team. So we have the Golden Knights hockey team that play at T-Mobile Arena. We also have the Allegiant Stadium, which is home to the Las Vegas Raiders. We have the Women's Aces basketball team here. Finally, we have some professional sports teams in Vegas, which is so excited. We've waited so many years for this. And again, hopefully those arenas will open up to fans very, very soon in the near future. But that's a really exciting thing. Plus, the other thing that people love about Vegas is placing their sports bets, and that's a huge industry for us, and we have a lot of people coming across the California state line to place their bets. And finally, let's talk about traffic. Traffic in our valley is really not bad, especially for those of you who are coming from California, whether Southern or Northern California. I have been in traffic in both Southern and Northern California, and I know it is not fun. So where I'm at right now in Lake Las Vegas is a little bit further out from everything. And so for locals, people will say, oh, Lake Las Vegas is too far out. But for Californians, for 17 miles from the strip, to get to the strip will take you maybe about 30 minutes. Maybe it'll take you about 30 minutes to get to the airport. That is nothing for Californians who are used to driving in traffic every day. I really can get from one side of town, let's say from Anthem, where I live, to Summerlin in about 30 minutes. And if I want to go to Mount Charleston or Red Rock Canyon, maybe that'll take me about 30 minutes to Red Rock Canyon and maybe about an hour to Mount Charleston. That is another great thing about Las Vegas, is that our location is really, really prime to get to where you need to get to. So our airport is international. You can be in the mountains in Utah within 4 hours. You can be to Southern California in 4 hours. You can take an airline flight an hour to Northern California. So we're in such a good location for being able to travel where you need to travel. If you have any questions about buying property in Las Vegas, I will post my contact information in the description box below. I hope you found this video helpful. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye for now.